Yokoso, 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 hajimashet. Clive san toimasu. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Xbox Cloud Gaming Show. That's what I'm calling it this week. Or am I? I hope you are good. I hope you are well. Tonight we are going to be talking all the games coming to Games Pass in November. There's been some updates from the head of Xbox Studios about Starfield. I had to check over there because there's also some news about StarCraft as a possible IP coming back to Xbox. Some big games coming in 2023. Some more details about that. All this and much, much more in tonight's show. So stay tuned as we hit the title. How are you all? I hope you are good. I hope you are all well. As I said, welcome to the show. Lots to go through, lots to talk about. I would love your input and views on it. Feel free to use the chat. Whatever I call this show, it's got the word chat in it. And the idea is that we have a conversation, we have a chat. I look at what you say and I comment on it. Yeah, we feel like we have a conversation. You'll see that there is a poll at the moment, and I'll come to it shortly, but Halo Infinite Winter Update, and it's meant to be quite a big update, is launching tomorrow. So let me know. Have a look at that poll. Are you going to be playing it? Remember, if you've got Xbox Game Pass, it's automatic update. Be there for you, especially if you're playing the cloud, no downloads, all of that. So we'll be going, looking at in more detail at when exactly, what time does it release, Clive? We'll be doing all of that. But let me know in the poll whether that's something that excites you, something you're looking forward to, or whether when it comes to Halo, you're a bit, you know, and all of that. I'd be really interested to know. And of course, housekeeping out the way, please hit those likes, because I like it, and apparently, word on the street, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content like this, and people like you are not finding content like this, which is a terrible shame, because it's such good fun content. You know, it's informative as well. So it would be great. Hit those likes. Help the channel out. Help an old brother out, will you? Hit the likes and all of that. And if you are new here, it's not always like, yes, it is. It's always like this. Hit subscribe anyway. It's always appreciated. Arigatou gozaimasu. And toggle the notification bell. And that way you will know when I go live with the Xbox Cloud Gaming Show. I am thinking of calling it the Xbox Monday Night Chat. I feel like expanding it. Let me know what you think. Should I just concentrate on Xbox Cloud, or should I expand a bit and talk about Xbox Game Pass? Because most of Xbox Game Pass is in the cloud. Not all of it, but most of it. And certainly some of the big games that are first-party studios and all of that definitely will be. So looking forward to that. So I've been umming and ahhing about whether we call the show the Xbox Monday Night Chat. And there's something nostalgic about that. Takes us back to the old, for those that were around in the Stadia days, to the Stadia Monday Night Chat. Or is it too soon? Too soon to just replace the name? Yeah. Let me know in the chat what you reckon. I'd be interested to know. And talking of chat, let me swan dive into the audience, into the early bird chat, see what you've been saying. Let's have a quick look at the poll there. 60% of people, will you be playing the Halo Infinite Winter Update tomorrow? 10 votes. And not a lot of people in the audience there, but 10, that's nearly all of you voted. 60% You say, yeah, and 40% went, nah. But we'll keep the poll going anyway. Although even though it's hiding the first person, I think Liam was in first, but I can't quite see it. But there's Sednar is listening. There we are. I'll have to lift that above. Oh, because I moved my Xbox, didn't I? There we go, my little logo. That's better. Sednar's listening. Ray, the gaming cyborg. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Oh, yes. Let me know what you've been playing. I was playing, but what, an hour ago, before I sort of sat down to sort of prepare the show. You prepare the show? Yeah, I prepare the show, you cheeky git. I sat down to sort out the show. But before that, I was playing, and I will let you know what I've been playing this week, which will be quite interesting. But let me know what you've been playing. And it doesn't have to be on Xbox, of course. There is a variety. There is choice out there, and it's always interesting to hear what you guys have been playing and all of that. Talking of listening, Christopher Torres listening. We should just call you Christopher listening, yeah? Good to hear that you're listening. It's just Joe. Evening, Joe. ER Gaming. Good evening, sir. Halo is Gun been playing that. It's fun. Yeah, it is fun. Halo is fun. I get you. It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever see the Woody Allen film, Take the Money and Run. And he's like a hopeless criminal. And he goes into the bank to rob the bank. And he's written his note out saying, give me all your cash. I've got a gun. And he's written it on a note. And he hands it to the cashier and she goes, give me all your cash. I've got a gub. And he's going, no, it says gun. And she goes, no, it says gub. No, just give me the money. It says gun. And then she calls over the manager. She goes, does that say gun? He goes, no, that says gub. Anyway, you have to see it. Take the Money and Run by Woody Allen. Early 70s. In his funny phase, yeah, in his funny period, as they say. Yeah, Halo is a lot of fun. And what I'm looking forward to is the sort of multiplayer aspect of the winter update. Maybe I should, I'm just putting it out there. I was going to ask him, behind the scenes, but I might just ask John if he's watching, John Scar, if I fancy doing a live stream tomorrow. Yeah, multiplayer Halo. Let me know. You might contact him anyway, but let me know if you're watching, John. Ray will definitely be playing it. Well, Ray, come join the fun if we do, Ray. I enjoyed Halo when it first came out, but friends I was playing with went into other games, back to Warzone. Yeah. Expand on Xbox. Yes, you mean the show, I'm assuming there. Expand it out. Yes, Joe. Yes, I agree. Xbox Monday night chat sounds good. I think so. You can see the little logo I've been playing with. It's very, very small. I'm not quite happy with it, but, we're working on it. I don't have the graphic design skills to quite achieve what I'd like to achieve. Have you tried PlayStation Premium yet? No, I haven't. I have not. And I feel I ought to, for research purposes at least, struggle boxing. Oh, some Wreckfest in the house there, Joe. Is that on Xbox or on Stadia? Or well, let me know. Expand, says Ray. Thank you. Football Manager 23. Yeah, I mean, although I love soccer, for my American friends, football. Yeah, although I love football, I never really got into the Football Manager franchise. I much prefer FIFA or even eFootball, what was Pro Evo before. I've been playing that on Boosteroid, of course. I've been playing Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry. What a classic shout. Retro shout there. Hey, Gadgets Kev, how are you? Good to see you in the house. I use Halo just for the story mode, which was amazing. Yeah, same here. Look, I don't enjoy the multiplayer. I'm sort of with you there, Lugo. I love the story mode, and that's why I'm looking forward to playing maybe some elements of the story mode, but in multiplayer, which is what the winter update will bring. In a kind of Destiny 2 styley. But yeah, if you've got to be reasonably good at multiplayer on like any multiplayer game, or it just can be a bit soul destroying when you're just getting sniped, by some 12-year-old. Sniper Elite 5 on xCloud, says Ray. Very good. Did I see you? Were you streaming that earlier? I saw somebody was streaming that. Was that you, Ray, earlier? Yeah, Wreckfest on xCloud, says Joe. I believe you'll reach a bigger audience if you stick to xCloud or cloud gaming in general. It's still niche enough to attract a particular kind of gamer. True, Gandara, and I do see a lot of people obviously expanding on cloud, but I'm not interested enough, I guess, in all the other cloud platforms. And I'm getting more and more interested in Xbox Gamepass, particularly the games coming to Xbox Gamepass are kind of quite interesting to me. Now, fortunately, as I said, most of them, and a big push by Xbox is to make most of them available by cloud. And all the games I've been playing recently, all via the cloud. So there. Gadget Clips, I also say expand to Xbox Monday Night Chat. What I need is I need a chat with a graphic designer. That's what I need. Anybody know anyone who wants to volunteer their services, come up with some ideas, suggest some ideas, then send them my way, because it's not my strength, to be honest. I do my best. Games that I've been playing, ladies and gentlemen. Games that I've been playing. So, I've been playing Battlefield 5, Battlefield V, which I think I mentioned last week. I've been playing it more, all via the cloud. This is the great thing on Xbox cloud gaming, those games that are on the Xbox Game Pass, but in the cloud, some great games. Battlefield 1, Battlefield V. And I've been playing that, really, really enjoying it. But then I was watching a podcast and somebody mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy, and I completely, on Game Pass, I completely forgot, because it was a while ago, I completely forgot that Guardians of the Galaxy was available on Games Pass. Not only that, it's available in the cloud on Xbox Game Pass. So the last few days, I've been playing that and been really enjoying it. I think it's quite funny. I love the way that you use your, the other Guardians to kind of help solve puzzles, to help fight the monsters, select them to do certain things. I love that mechanic in a game where you have a sort of a crew or a gang. There was a game, one of my favorite games, I think it was on PlayStation. I can't remember I had it on the original PlayStation 2 or Xbox 360. No, original Xbox One. Freedom Fighters. Love that game. And in that, you kind of instructed your teammates, not your real teammates, your computer generated teammates, to go and do tasks to help you kind of overcome the situation. And I've always loved that mechanic. I remember when I worked with a small games developer, and I started working on the side on the concept of doing an adaptation of The Dirty Dozen with that kind of same mechanic in mind. I think that'd make a great game. I just suddenly had this kind of notion. And I even bought the original book, Dirty Dozen, rather than just the film as reference, to kind of give me some ideas about how I could design a game around the concept of Dirty Dozen, where you can recruit kind of these criminal elements, or people in military prison, to kind of put together a crew and all that kind of that. But anyway, there you go. Christopher Torres says there's matchmaking in Halo. I know, but you get Smurf accounts and you still get walloped in the head. Yeah, trust me, my son is always creating Smurf accounts. And, you know, just spoiling it for us noobs. I think Halo Fiesta playlist is one of the best for new players and players that are not that good. Oh, maybe I'll try that. Since you get good random weapons. Interesting. That's it. Stadia porn, as it were. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you, Ray. Yeah. I'm playing Ghost Song on xCloud tonight. Very good. Right, let's look at when... So, Halo Winter Update release, time estimate in the UK. Let's just look when it's coming out. So, when can you expect it? So, in the UK, it's coming out on Tuesday, tomorrow. So, Tuesday the 8th. This is, according to Eurogamer, based on previous updates to the game. They estimate. Okay, these estimate. Oh no! Oh, this is backed up by the official. So why do you estimate and then you print the official thing? Okay, here we go. UK 7 p.m. in the evening. Europe 8 p.m. So basically, it launches all at the same time by the looks of things. UK 7 p.m. Europe 8 p.m. East Coast US 2 p.m. West Coast US 11 a.m. Oh, it's daylight saving time ending on November the 6th. Was that in the US? Because obviously we end a bit earlier. But there we go. Season 2. So the winter update. Multiplayer side. That's a long awaited. We've got co-op campaign, Forge beta, free battle pass, 2 new maps, new mode, revamps to how the XP works, and plenty to keep you going until the delayed Season 3 arrives. So those are the times, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the times. Ray saying, I love Freedom Fighters. I loved it. One of my favourite games it was. Absolutely loved it. I love that, all that alternative history. You know, like Man in a High Castle type thing. That's what it was. Similar to. I just love that concept. There was a book I read by Robert Harris, a novelist, called Fatherland. And that's a sort of alternative history novel, really clever, you know, as if the Nazis had won the Second World War, and then it's set in the 60s, and this detective uncovers the Holocaust, because obviously if the Germans had won, the Holocaust would never have been revealed. And so this is sort of an alternative history. Then in the 60s, you know, this journalist suddenly discovers and then is at risk, his life is at risk because he's about to expose the horror of the Holocaust and stuff. It's a really, really great book by Robert Harris. Great novelist, always writing historic type. You know, he's written his books based in Roman times, you know, Germany. Wrote a book about Tony Blair, like just really good writer. And he lives in my village, ironically enough. But yeah, anyway, I digress. So those are the times, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the time. And talking of let me just move this. Talking of Halo, did you know, let's clear that. Did you know that it is Cortana's birthday? Apparently. There was this tweet here. Happy birthday to lovely Cortana. You've shaped my world in a remarkable way, and I'm so grateful to you. Cortana, it's her birthday. Now, I thought, are you sure about that? So I looked up at the release of the original Halo, and it's not until like the 11th, I think, or the 15th or something like that. So I was thinking, it's not her birthday. What are you talking about, Jen Taylor at Jan Taylor Town? What on earth are you talking about? She knows her stuff. Because somebody else had a question here. Why is it her birthday? And look, here's some nerdy detail for you. Cortana began service on the 7th of November, 2549. 2549. So yeah, useless bit of information. The 7th of November is Cortana's birthday. She began service in Halo lore on the 7th of November, 2549. There you go. Never let it be said we don't inform, educate, and entertain you. That piece of information you can take with you. Take to the bank, sir. Take to the bank. Right. Also, this week, of course, sees the release of a number of titles, some already released, because it's Xbox Gamepass. Now, I did do a video, ladies and gentlemen. I did do a video of this, summarizing all these lovely titles coming. I don't want to see an advert for Huel. Look, I did this lovely video where I go through all the Xbox Game Pass games coming in November. If you've not watched it, make sure you do. Check it out. All of that. Not a lot of people have watched it, considering it is informative, educational, and entertaining in terms of the games coming in November. So we've got The Legend of Tian Ding, which is a Kung Fu kind of fighting game with a very set at the sort of turn of century Taiwan. When they're under the claw of the Imperial Japan. And it's got a great comic book looking style. Plus, it's 120 frames per second on the Xbox Series X. I don't remember he's played it on that. So great for those sort of twitchy movements and all of that. But yeah, really, I love its comic book style. But at the end of it, it's a side-scrolling Kung Fu beat-em-up at its heart. Look, 120 frames per second for Xbox Series X and Series S. Ghost Song, which, of course, Ray will be playing tonight, is available now as well. And you occupy this dead suit and you explore the kind of the bio world, the bio light world. I'm not going to bother tackling that word right now. In a kind of Metrovania type way. Learn, repeat, that kind of stuff. And so on and so on. So make sure you, if you've not checked out my video, of course, Football Manager 2023 comes in two versions. Comes in the PC version and it comes in the console version. The console version is specifically tailored towards the console and all of that. But anyway, check out that. The other games in the list that we've got are Pentiment, which we've talked about on this show before. I should really move my little... just noticed that my... here. My watermark's right over my face. I'm going to move my... Therefore, I'm going to move my camera. There we are. There we are. Get out of the way of the watermark. Anyway, so yeah, we've got Pentiment, which is kind of has that 14th century manuscript and woodcut style animation from Obsidian. Really, really cool. Vampire Survivors. That looks like really old school, like a Bullet Fest game, but really old school. I mean, that's the Return of Monkey Island, which we'll come to. Here, yeah. So this is Vampire Survivors. It's got this real kind of old school look to it. And you've got to select the right weapon, build up the right kind of skill bases, choose the right character, and the monsters and the demons, they just keep coming at you and at you and at you. But it's got that real old school kind of 8-bit style to it. If that's your sort of thing, probably twin stick and all of that. And then we've got so Walking Dead, and they're both PC only games. I think they're already available on console versions already. So, but they're releasing on Games Pass for PC this month. You got Somerville, and Monkey Island, Return to Monkey Island, which of course is massive, massive game. Is this the one? Yeah. Return to Monkey Island. You can hear me say on this one. To Monkey Island. Monkey Island is a game recognized in the history of video games, and this sequel was an unexpected but super welcome return of Ron Gilbert's legendary game. In Return to Monkey Island, you continue the story of The Secret of Monkey Island and Monkey Island 2: LeChuck's Revenge. The game was made with the collaboration of Lucasfilms, which obviously worked on the original games. You're getting all the humour, all the well-paced story and cunning puzzles in a great adventure yarn. Highly, highly recommended, and my pick of the November bunch so far. It seems we're not quite done with Halloween, as on November the 10th on Right. Talking of the return of Monkey Island, ladies and gentlemen, it is up for a reward. Here we are. It's up for a Golden Joystick Award already. Golden Joystick Awards 2022. Vote for your Game of the Year. And here we are, Ultimate Game of the Year. Ultimate Game of the Year. Here it is. In the list, Return to Monkey Island. Return to Monkey Island. There it is. So, yeah, highly rated. Highly rated. Highly. Oh, son of Mark Goldsmith then. It's unbelievable. Return to Monkey Island there. Ultimate Game of the Year in the Golden Joystick. So if you like it, we only have a few days before it launches. Give it a go. And if you like it, vote for it. Vote now in the Golden Joystick Awards, the 40th Golden Joystick Awards. There we go. I don't want that, sir. While we're on the subject of Game Pass, the lovely John Scars here tweeted out confirmation of the breakdown of the new Family and Friends Game Pass. So let me know in the chat whether this is something of interest to you. Would you use it? Would you join up with a bunch of mates to kind of use this concept? I did a video. There's a video on my channel, one of the most watched videos, like 190,000 views now. It's a couple of years old, but 190,000 views. And it was how to share Games Pass with somebody else. You can only really do it with 2. Some people say you can do it with 3. I'm not totally convinced. I've not tried it. It happened once. But if you've got 2 Xboxes in the house, how you can share one Game Pass account so that 2 people can play on it on separate Xboxes and be in the same game together as well. So like my son and I used to play Sea of Thieves all the time on my Xbox Game Pass account. He'd sign in as his account, but we'd set it up so that you could share that, because not many people knew, and of course Xbox didn't talk about it, and that's partly why my videos nearly had 200,000 views. And I'm wondering whether it's going to become redundant because of this, which is a shame, because it still gets like 300 views a month, every month, even 2.5-3 years later. Anyway, Game Pass, Friends and Family, 1 month for €21.99, €21.99. And that will allow you 5 friends. Open to players outside your household. So some people say to me, you don't have to have 2 Xboxes in the same house to use my technique. So if you've got a mate, or, like I had some guy comment, his Xbox is at his mum's house and I've got my Xbox at my house, it's obviously separated. That you could set it up so that works and you can play together and all of that. But here, yeah, open to players outside your household, hundreds of games, blah, blah, blah. Every player uses their own account. So it's just getting you access. So $21.99, so just over €5. €5 each if you all, chipped in. My only advice would be they've got to be really good mates. Yeah, because you are sharing you're not sharing your details really, but but perfect for families, sharing around the families and stuff like that, and some close friends. Why not? So that's $21.99. Would you partake in that? Would you, the ability to be able to share to 5 people is quite cool. But I think it's only worthwhile if you genuinely share to like 4 to 5 people. $12.99. Automatic Ultimate. And then look, they've finally done just a console version. I might swap to the console version. Presume that's console and cloud. Oh, no. No. For a moment, I just thought... Crystal Torres says, I'm assuming this is separate from Games Pass Ultimate. You're listening, Torres, so you can't see. So, no, this is effectively different versions of Game Pass Ultimate, if that makes sense. So if you have Game Pass Family and Friends, you get all the 100 games together. Every player uses their own account, and you can play at the same time on console, PC, and cloud. Yeah, so that is like Game Pass Ultimate. Then you get Games Pass Ultimate, which is just for one person. Unless you use my technique, if they don't shut that door down, they don't shut that avenue down, use my special technique. The video is still available for viewing if you want to share it with one other person, unofficially. But it's perfect. It works perfectly fine. Pretty legit. They just don't talk about it. Hopefully that will still work. But anyway, the principle is 1 month, $12.99, which is what it is now. And that is play with cloud gaming. So it's unclear whether the PC version is there. Hundreds of games to play, day one releases, Xbox Gold Live membership is included. Is it included in this one? It's a bit unclear. I need the learn more buttons. There's some different... Yeah, there's some clarity. Presumably that's the standard Game Pass Ultimate, so you're getting it on PC, console, cloud. Rather than why just play with cloud? I'm assuming it is like the current Ultimate, because it's the same price for one person. And then Games Pass for console, just for console. I'm not interested in PC. I'm not interested in the cloud. $9.99. So yeah, I'd probably, on that basis, I'll probably stick with Game Pass Ultimate, $12.99, as long as they don't shut down the avenue that my son can play. Otherwise, I will go $21.99 eventually, because my daughter plays as well. But does she play enough to justify it? And they both tend to play on the PC. They're playing a lot of Overwatch at the moment, and they've both discovered the joy of playing Overwatch mouse and keyboard PC version using my PC and his PC. But anyway, those are the options, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the options. Cash says Game Pass needs some better games. It's got some pretty good games at the moment, but I think there's been a lot of delays and a lot of games have been knocked out of the year 2023, and we're going to come to some big games which which are going to come to Games Pass, which look pretty awesome. In fact, why don't we do that now? So anyway, let me know your thoughts about Games Pass and this new plan, these new plans. The thing is with these subscription plans, you don't want to have too many and you don't want to make them too complicated because it puts customers off. That's why they originally just simplified the whole thing and put it into Games Pass Ultimate. But then you had that notion, people saying, I want to be able to share with a friend, or I'm not bothered about the PC side of it or the cloud kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, there you go. Let us explore, ladies and gentlemen, some great games. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this, Atomic Heart, there was a new trailer for Atomic Heart, which I believe will be coming to Games Pass because it's a first-party studio. So, here we go. Game looks mad. So, you can't... Can you see just behind me here? Here. Game Pass. Yeah? It's coming to Game Pass. February 2023. Pretty crazy, bonkers looking game by all accounts. From Focus Entertainment, Mundfish, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One original, and Game Pass. So fingers crossed, it is a cloud game as well. I have a strong feeling that it will be. So I'm going to hedge my bets on this one. I reckon this will be in the cloud. But let me know what you think. It seems a real bonkers, crazy game, but a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. The other thing as well, we're going to come to StarCraft. And what was the other thing I said? StarCraft and Starfield. Okay, two different things, but we're going to come to those. But there was some new extra news about Lies of P. Lies of P. Lies of P game, which I remember this being at E3, and it looked really cool. And here's some details about the length, the game length ahead of the Xbox Game Pass launch. This game looks really, really incredible, really cool. And they say Lies of P director Choi Ji-won has revealed the upcoming Game Pass adventure, coming to Game Pass, hopefully to cloud as well, will be around 30 hours long. And that's just for the core campaign. So that's a big game, I think, for a core campaign. G1 says players can expect the playtime to double to around 60 hours in order to see and do everything Lies of P has to offer, side content included. So a big, beefy... Boy, that game is thick, bruh. That is a thick game, bruh. Yeah. A thick game, bruh. Where is the... Let's have a little... Now, if you're unsure, just to give you a little hint.
You can change that. It depends on the choice you make.
So basically...
Truth.
Let me just take that out a minute. So basically, it's like a twisted play on the Pinocchio story. Yeah, I know. Yeah, weird. But yeah, it's got a real kind of... It's a sort of Pinocchio meets sort of steampunk aesthetic going on here. Let's get some gameplay. Here we are. As you can see, some kind of weird, crazy monsters. It's got that. You can tell there's that kind of interesting studio, that sort of, you know, Asia Pacific, sort of Japanese, Korean style game style to it, but with, you know, this kind of Western steampunk Pinocchio twisted kind of story to it. Anyway, the thing is, it's a super long game. It's going to be 30 hours if you just play the campaign, don't do any of the side missions, any of that. And it's coming to Games Pass. Not sure whether it's going to be for Game Cloud, but on the basis that the Xbox strategy is to get as much as they can when they do the deals, as much as they can, ticking all the boxes of Game Pass, PC, console, cloud. This is the big one. This is a big game, and I like to think that they're, you know, going to be definitely going to be pushing to get this in the cloud, as they say, ladies and gentlemen, in the cloud. So you've got Atomic Heart, Lies of P. When was that coming as well? It just says Games Pass in 2023. Don't have a date on it yet. But crazy. But it doesn't stop there. I noticed here, check this out. Diablo 4 could be launching in April 2023 with pre-orders going live in December. This was reported on the Xbox Era podcast and corroborated by our own sources. It seems Diablo 4 could be targeting an April 2023 window launch. Diablo 4 is the latest installment in Blizzard's legendary Activision Blizzard. Yeah? So that is definitely going to be on all platforms, on Xbox, Game Pass. Surely. It's a Blizzard game. Activision Blizzard's got to be. Rumour over the summer revealed that Diablo 4 would be announced at the Game Awards. That's the word. Here again, let's have a quick look at the trailer. Let me know if you're a Diablo type player. Everything you see was captured on an Xbox Series X. This was part of the Microsoft and Bethesda Games 2022 launch. This is going to be on cloud. I tell you, it's going to be on cloud. You don't spend $78 billion. So get a sense of the gameplay there. I don't think I've played the Diablo games, to be honest. It's never really my cup of tea. But let me know if that's your sort of thing. Whether you've been looking forward to that. But I mean, that's a big game. A Diablo series is a big old game. There's no denying that. Look at that beefy monster. That monster is thick, brah. Right. So you've got Atomic Heart, Lies of P, Diablo 4. I mean, beefy games. And of course, the big one, I just want to share this interview with you. He says, where's it gone? Where's my main interview? Here we are. So this is the boss, head of studio. I'm going to put my headset in for this one as well. This is Xbox studio head, so Matt Booty, not Phil Spencer. The Xbox studio head, Matt Booty, talking a little bit about... Let me just... Right, talking a little bit about Starfield. So let us go to this one. I just got the bit here.
I think generally
Meet the innovative Click and Grow
Just
Smart
just
Garden.
advert.
You can grow fresh herbs and
That's
greens
cool.
at home with
the reception to that has been positive for sure. People are excited.
So he's talking about Starfield.
Some other people are like, oh, it's just kind of like Skyrim in space, right? Do you think it's Skyrim in space? If it's not Skyrim in space, like, what do you think really sets it apart? Like, where are you seeing that really evolves that Bethesda game?
I'm going to be
studio's
this
model?
person here.
Well, just knowing, having had the chance over the last year and a half or so to spend more time with Todd Howard and see how he works and see what he brings to game design, I'm confident that he's not going to sit still on what was built before, right? This isn't.
I'm in the podcast, Mum.
And kind of reskin something, right? So there's going to be an awful lot of things that move forward with this game. Just from my view, a little bit from the outside looking in the case of Bethesda, the things that excite me first are just the visual style, which, for lack of something better, I would call this kind of NASA punk. It's very inspired by the concept art of the late 70s, early 80s. So it has a little bit of a sort of retro cassette kind of feel to it, which is pretty unique, pretty cool. And just the things that it brings into the game, which almost given the genre you have to have. It'd be almost one of those, how could you not put that in there? So, the shipbuilding, the space combat, the world exploration. I think there's going to be an awful lot of new stuff that Bethesda fans and Todd Howard fans have not seen brought to the game. And, I know just from checking in with them a bit, the team is, hard at work to get that thing all buttoned up and put together. I'm fortunate enough to be involved in a lot of the status reports and things. And it's just fun watching them kind of iterate through that level of polish on the game right now.
The release date, you got the release date you can share with us now? Is that sure? It's not going to be like 3/3/20. It's not 3/3/23, right? Todd loves that shit. He's all about it. So just confirm it here and now, please.
3/3/23. No 4/4/24.
Okay, all right. That's we can rule out that at least. So that's good. That's something.
So yeah, there you go. A little bit of an update on Starfield there. Let me know. Are you looking forward to Starfield? It's going to be, is it going to be a little bit like Cyberpunk? I know Cyberpunk's a great game, and maybe the issue with Cyberpunk is it just didn't deliver as complete as it sort of now is. It's much, much better. But you always have the issue with hype. Is Starfield going to live up to the hype? Let me know in the chat below what you reckon about that, and we'll look at that. The other thing, not to be confused with Starfield, is StarCraft. For retro fans out there, were you a StarCraft fan? Xbox chief wants to revive iconic StarCraft series. Being able to think about what could happen with those franchises is pretty exciting to me. This was Phil Spencer talking about it. Xbox chief Phil Spencer has said he wants to talk about reviving the iconic StarCraft series following Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Spencer has spoken about possibly reviving the iconic groundbreaking StarCraft series. So this is proper retro stuff. StarCraft was released in 1998, while sequel StarCraft II Wings of Liberty came in 2010. With a standalone expansion of Legacy of the Void around 2015. And Spencer said, talking about plans for StarCraft going forward, the first thing I would say is I'm not allowed to make any decision about what happens at Blizzard or Activision or King. Interesting. So it sounds like these publishers will have a certain autonomy in terms of what they want to do. But if I've paid 78 billion for them, I'd like a bit of input on that. But yeah, it seems like they will have a bit of independence within the greater group. Anyway, so this is just kind of talking and thinking about what the opportunity is. He went on to discuss Blizzard's heritage of real-time strategy games, including World of Warcraft, before talking about how StarCraft was a seminal moment in gaming. from an esports perspective, real-time strategy on console perspective, and from just a real-time strategy storytelling perspective in the genre. And this is an interesting thing beyond StarCraft here. I'm excited about getting to sit down with the teams at Activision and Blizzard and King to talk about back catalogue and opportunities that we might have. So I'll dodge the question other than say it's not something I can actively work on right now, but the thought of being able to think about what could happen with those franchises is pretty exciting to me as somebody who spent a lot of time playing those games. So what he's talking about there is it's not just StarCraft. He's potentially talking about loads of maybe old IP that's sort of just sitting around at Activision, Blizzard, and arguably King, from a mobile games perspective, and what opportunities there are to revive these franchises and revive these formats and stuff like that. So that should be quite interesting. As I said, you spend $78 billion, whatever, on Activision Blizzard. You want to make sure you rinse everything you can out of that deal, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely, that's what you want to do. Let's go to chat, ladies and gentlemen, see what you've been talking about. Let's have a look. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find where we are. All I play is Battlefront and Battlefield sometimes. I love Battlefield is great and is in the cloud as well. Cash. The games are decent. Wouldn't really say great, but 2023 Game Pass will be amazing, I hear. I think it will, because I think, as Phil Spencer said in an interview recently, they've got beyond... Hopefully no one's playing there. They've got beyond the impact that COVID had on delays and stuff. They've sort of got over those delays, or sort of caught up on things. And so there were some big games that were sort of knocked into 2023. I mean, it happened across the industry. But he's saying they've sort of caught up on those sort of things and delays now. And hopefully, you're still going to have game delays. They're part and parcel of the industry. But hopefully they're up to speed a bit more on delivering things. So you've got some big games that were meant to be delivering in 2022, now delivering in 2023, plus all the big games that were meant to be delivering in 2023, also delivering in 2023. So, yeah. And if the Activision Blizzard deal goes through by then, even if it's halfway through the year, exciting times if you are an Xbox Game Pass subscriber. This will be on GFN because of the agreement with Focus, same as Evil West, Caseball. Interesting. I guess because I'm new to Game Pass, everything is gold to me. Atomic Heart looks sick, and I'm also looking forward to Evil West as well. Yes, I did see that Evil West, now you both mentioned it. But yeah, I like I said, that me rediscovering Guardians of the Galaxy, I was so focused on just playing games on Stadia. And, those big, big games. Guardian of the Galaxy was launched as a big game, a big marketing campaign. I sort of just ignored it because it wasn't on Stadia. So it was great to go back and rediscover that. So yeah, I think if you're new to Game Pass, I've already had Game Pass. I've just ignored it for the last 2 years. That's the thing, because I've just been focused on Stadia. So it's refreshing to dive back into the pool of delight and games that is Game Pass. The only thing is the ones that I've missed have come in and gone out, but there's still plenty of great games. Age of Empires 2 and 4 are my most anticipated Game Pass games for 2023. Interesting, Gandara. Yes. And it's a big thing that they're actually coming to console. Will you be playing them on console or PC? That is the question. I've been with Game Pass for going 2 years now. I've been seeing games for a minute. They've added good games, but took it away. Yeah. I should really try GFN. I've reached out to Dom, Dom Silver, whatever, who loves to hand out free Game Pass, GFN passes to content creators so they can, you know, give it out, do giveaways and stuff. Not a dicky bird. Oh well, your loss. Just to give it another go, GFN another go, because every time I moan about GFN, people go, it's not as bad now. You only ever have to sign into your Steam account once, whatever. Well, I'd like to try. And not queue. The Xbox cloud version of games is exactly the same thing as the console version, so we can expect that any game release will come to cloud at this stage. That is the expectation, yeah. But it depends what deal they've done with the publisher. Where they're first-party studios or they've got a marketing deal with that multi-platform release. So I'm talking about multi-platform releases that they do deals with. Yes, they will try to get them to say, and cloud, but it's not always guaranteed. There are some recent games that have, you know, come to the console, multi-platform games that come to Xbox console and are in Games Pass, but aren't on cloud. If we look at, for instance, let's have a look at this. Here, look. For one example, if you see here, most of them, well, Vampire Survivors is just console. And Somerville is console plus PC. So some deals they don't manage to secure, for some reason, the cloud element. Which is odd because, as you say, they're just using them off glorified Xbox Series X servers. So there's no porting or anything like that. It just does the developer / publisher tick the box or agree to it. That they feel it's worth, you know, that the money they're getting from Xbox to be on Game Pass is worth it to be in the cloud as well. What I mean, you'd think why not, but obviously they don't feel there's obviously a reason they don't want to tick that box that says yes, we'll also agree to cloud. You see a similar thing in, you know, in my job in TV, you know, where you acquire something, well, less so now, but definitely used to acquire something for linear television, and you'd say, and can we have the, you know, the video on demand rights as well, please? And they go, no. Even though now your program won't get the marketing, essentially, if we can't have the video on demand rights at the same time, because we know our audience want to be able to watch this later. So it's in your interest to give us a TV program and the video on demand rights at the same time for 12 months, yeah? Because that's it. It will help your program, the linear broadcast of your program, because you get like twice the marketing, as it were. Anyway, Jerry says, I will play Starfield. I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm curious what it's going to be like. Marcus G, super late tonight. Not going to try and catch. Rather, just enjoy watching normal speed on catch up. That's all right, Marcus. I believe it should definitely be Monday night chat. Yes, I think you're right. I'm just going to work on the I'm going to have to redo all the graphics again. It's all right. It's fun. Suarez! Something big apparently coming in the next 2 weeks, according to Phil. I think it's a family plan rather than keyboard and mouse. Well, that's my prediction. So we did talk about the family plans, Suarez, if you missed it. Maybe it is. They're rolling it out here. Yeah. So they're meant to be rolling this out pretty soon. This John posted this. I'm not sure where he got it from, this picture. But yeah. An opportunity to share Game Pass with friends and stuff. I hope they don't shut down the sharing that you can do already with someone else, because that's my video kiboshed. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Oh, we're about to chat. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Let's have a look at the poll. I'm going to shut the poll. 25 votes. What was the result? Where's the result gone? I think overwhelmingly, the polls disappeared there, but I think overwhelmingly a lot of people will be playing the Halo Winter update tomorrow. So looking forward to that. I certainly will be. That's all right, Suarez. That's okay. I'm not sure when that's rolling out. It's meant to be rolling out now, but I'm not sure. So maybe that is the announcement. I'll have to check with John where he got that image from. I mean, he's obviously allowed to share it if it was sent from the PR department. But there we go. I'll listen to podcasts through tomorrow between meetings. Good for you, sir. I shall be in meetings tomorrow as well, all day as ever. Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's another Xbox Cloud Gaming Show, or should we say, the end of the Xbox Cloud Gaming Show and the start of the Xbox Monday Night Chat. I'm beginning to like Xbox Monday Night Chat. It just felt like, I don't know, because it was a Stadia Monday Night Chat, just immediately calling it Xbox. It's like, I don't know, going out of a blonde girl and then she ditching you. And so you just try to find an identical blonde girl. What's that Hitchcock film? Yeah, Vertigo, where he finds another girlfriend and then he gets her to dye her hair blonde just like his old girlfriend. Like, hello, weirdo, warning signs, warning, red flag, red flag. So yeah, I just thought like changing it. But actually, it's growing on me, Xbox Monday Night Chat. Because most of the good stuff about Xbox is the stuff that Xbox themselves are doing. And most of that, if they're doing it, they're bringing it to Games Pass. And if they're bringing it to Games Pass, there's a good 90%, 8% chance it's going to be in the cloud. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all agree with that. I hope you all come along for the ride on that and all of that. Marcus G. Knight says, worse was Sir Clive Sinclair, Lord Kensall's dad, by the way. Yeah, interesting. Judging my beard, Clive Sinclair, where I just need to grow my hair here and then just like not have anything there and then might look like him. There we go. God, I remember Clive Sinclair. I had a ZX81. Yeah, that was my introduction to computing, a ZX81. I loved that ZX81. I had such fun being a nerd with my ZX81. But no, so Clive Sinclair is not Lord Kensall's dad. Lord Kensall of Dunes Castle, remember? A real lord. Yeah. How many other real lords in gaming have you met? Yeah, the real Lord Kensall of Dunes Castle. Official, if you've not, I've said it before, if you've not checked out Lord Kensall's gaming channel, make sure you check it out. And there's a video on there all about how he's a real lord. Feels like a nod to Stadia. Yeah. Yeah. But also it just feels right. Xbox Monday Night Chat. That's what we're all about. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll work on that throughout the week. Try and, yeah, we'll get that going. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining in this week. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. I know it is late for some of you and all of that. So I really appreciate all of those who watch this live, but I also appreciate all the people who watch it late on catch up. That's okay as well. Hit the likes, comment if you're watching it on catch up as well, because that helps as well, helps with the algorithm. Get as many people coming to the Xbox Monday Night Chat as possible, yeah? Let's get it out there. Let's chat about it. All of that. Let's get the algorithm recommending it to other people just like you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And why don't we do it all again? Same time, same place, next week. Thank you, and goodbye.